Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Junk Podcast, episode 272, recording on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. My name is Frank.
My name is Sean.
And my name's Andrew.
And we have got an enormous, jam-packed show for you today. Summer Game Fest breakdown, Xbox Showcase breakdown, and a Nintendo Direct. We were debating when we were going to record, said, can we do Tuesday? I think I messaged Sean or said to him immediately, there's going to be a Nintendo Direct on Tuesday now too, watch. And sure enough, but we will cover it all the turds,
Breaking
all
news.
the megatons. We will get to
turds.
all of it. Pretty underwhelming, not going to lie, for the most part, but we'll see what you guys thought. I'm in real negative mood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Frankie is fired up.
Woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, that's for sure. Or just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, I did just have about a 2.5, 3 hour nap. So I am energized, ready to go, and then to continue after this playing video games until 6 a.m. But we don't have time to talk about current games. This is about games that are coming up. So let's get into it. Summer Game Fest, hosted by the one and only Jeff Keighley, with like almost empty seats in the crowd. It was a weird vibe. You guys feeling that?
No.
A little bit. I mean, it was, I felt like in particular, not as much celebrity presence. There's a couple there, but
I looked.
Next week, I'll have a first-hand account of how it was, because I work with one of the guys that went to the show. So I'll be able to report back from a hands-on perspective of how the show was.
Okay. I did notice lots of empty seats at the beginning of the show with like the opening shot, and anytime something was announced, the applause was like very thin. They got to get some booze in there, some oxygen, get people jacked up for this thing, get people who lose their mind at Shenmue 3 and start standing up. They got to start paying people to make this thing more exciting, because it had a serious lack of crowd response.
I was definitely thinking for some of the trailers, like, do they have an applause sign there? Like, it kind of felt like, wow, some people, like, what happens if people don't applaud? Like,
is there a sign that says paid advertisement, or I endorse this game, Jeff Keighley? Like, how do they decide how hard to clap? And we were talking a bit before the show, when it's a montage of ads that are paid for, does the person who pays for the last ad have to pay more because he's kind of like mentioning the name of the last thing, almost making it seem like it's a big announcement, even though it's clearly just paid advertising? But maybe your friend knows the scoop on this. Maybe they tell them, don't clap for this.
I'll ask him. Yeah. Is there applause
you gotta
sign?
pay extra for applause.
Yeah. Okay. I will admit the show started off with a bang. Big announcement. A rumored game is coming in 2027, pretty soon. Resident Evil Veronica, a remake of Code Veronica, which I think was originally on Sega Dreamcast. I have never played Code Veronica. Have you guys?
No, very little about it.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of excited to have a old, new Resident Evil game to play that I haven't really touched before or know much about. You guys have any thoughts on this one?
No.
Not really. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're going to blow through a lot of this stuff because, to be honest, I think there's some, specifically in this showcase, not a lot of meat on the bone for any of these. It's almost like a presence or announcing something in name only. I think Stellar Blade, the sequel, is the only thing that really had like extended gameplay. And everything else was just like, this is coming, a quick montage, typically a CG trailer for a lot of this stuff. So it's kind of
this one was at least sort of it was like an extended cinematic, I assume, like, which, you know, I do like when they do that with some of the Resident Evil ones, because kind of get a little intrigued about the story and stuff.
Yeah, this one had like the old lady or something, and
yeah,
I don't know, probably means something to people who played the original. I don't know, but I'm excited. It looks good, and I have to admit, it was a pretty big announcement to kick off the show. And I know people on the Discord were losing it. A lot of Resident Evil heads on that Discord. Calm down. It's a good series. There's lots of other good games.
Before we get into more games, I wanted to touch on one thing at the very beginning that Keeley showed an image of like the number of
he had
Steam
to give
releases.
his plug of
Oh,
all
right,
the
yes.
indie
Before-
games that are
and-
doing great.
I must say, the chart they showed was of like the number of Steam releases in the first 5 months of the year for like the past 5 years or 6 years or something like that. And for this year, 2026, almost like 9,265. And the year before was 7,800.
Like going back to 2020, which I think was 2000.
Yeah, 2,350 or something like that. Like just an insane increase in game releases. And like at a high level, how do you cut through the noise? And like, even with a big showcase like this, if your trailer is just going to be like blah, that's not going to do it. Like, even though you're on this big stage with like people watching, like it's so long, like whatever this was, 3 hours with the Day of the Devs thing. I'm not going to remember half the stuff. If not, I'm going to remember maybe 5 things. So super hard to cut through. I don't even know how. I'm glad I'm not in like a marketing department because it would be a nightmare to try to figure out how to reach people now. Like, I don't know. I talked to my kids and I was like, oh, are your friends talking about, any of the shows that just happened? They're like, no, what are you talking about? Like, they have no idea. Like, and my kid's 13.
Yeah.
Like, no idea these shows are even going on. Like, there's no sort of like presence. He's telling me about some stupid free VR game he got that has all these like Star Wars mods that him and his buddies are playing. No one's heard of this game that they're playing. Like, I don't know how they heard about it from some random streamer, but like, I don't know. How do you reach people now? I don't understand. And I mean, we've talked about this
Streamers,
before,
that's the
but
way.
I guess so. But I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. The amount of games that are coming out, like 9,000 in 5 months. We're talking like almost 30,000 games in 1 year here. Like, this is crazy numbers.
Wait till AI starts making games and that number quadruples in a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens then.
It's going to be out of control.
It'll be those fucking, all those ads I get on my YouTube about that top-down scrolling shooter game thing. Collect the stupid soldiers or whatever it is. I don't know. Does anyone even play that game? I don't know. Shrank, you play that game. I can tell. That's a shit.
Now the ad I get all the time is like this. It's a side-scrolling one with some like huge giant woman bent over and these little warriors going on. Like, what
you should have clicked on that first one, Frank. Now you're locked in.
I didn't. I haven't clicked on anything. All right. Next up, MDHR Studios from Ontario, saying 2 games in the works. One is a new hand animated game, not necessarily Cuphead 2. Didn't really say, right? Correct?
I think that's true. Most people are labeling it a Cuphead sequel, but I don't know if they actually called it that.
Oh, I thought they did call it Cuphead 2.
I don't think so. I thought they just said hand animated game. I could be wrong. But they showed a Cuphead game, an 8-bit side scrolling game called Mighty Cuphead Adventures, looking a bit like, Cuphead was kind of like Mega Man already. So just putting that in an 8-bit aesthetic, gotta generate some cash clearly to fund these hand animated things. Although I don't know how the Cuphead animated series goes, how much money they made off that. But
I think it did pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
Brand new hand animated Cuphead video game is what they said.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Now, not necessarily Cuphead 2, though.
Right.
Like, it could be an RPG. It could be anything. We don't know that it's the same kind of game, but it is Cuphead. So I was wrong about that. Any thoughts on this one? I guess I'm excited for a hand animated game, and I think I'm getting kind of burnt out on retro platformers.
I thought the retro platformer looked pretty good. I mean, it looked like it borrows a lot from the original Cuphead game. Like, there was that carrot enemy, I think, that kind of was like dropping
that was
stuff.
Cool.
And
I agree. Yeah, you're right. That was cool.
So I mean, I think if they keep the same kind of like mentality of Cuphead, I mean, it's pretty similar in gameplay mechanics, just like a little different visual style. I mean, obviously, if they add maybe longer levels or something. I don't know, but that's basically what Cuphead was, just with like nicer hand-drawn animations. So I think it's going to be a pretty similar game. I think they'll do pretty well. Maybe
that's true. I think it'll be an interesting kind of like look. Did anyone play the DLC besides me?
No.
No, because the DLC, like their design improved dramatically. Like their designers got a lot better, or they hired more experienced designers. So, when the art style is a little easier to pull off, I feel like it allows them to experiment more and prototype with design elements and be a little more adventurous. And I'm like, it's a cool bridge for them of like expanding on their design capabilities. Everyone knows they can do art, so I think it could be an interesting game to see how they're evolving as a studio when it comes to actual game design. So, no release dates, right? I don't think they teased a date, like a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the Mighty Cuphead, is it actually being developed at Studio MDHR?
I don't know. I assume
I kind of got the vibe that it might have been another developer, but I don't know why I thought that. But I thought it was cool. I did like the announcement trailer too, with the like puppet or whatever it was like that. Yeah. I thought it was kind of creative and cool. If you're not going to show gameplay, that's kind of a fun thing to do.
Of course it's a puppet. Keighley said, "I love puppets."
Well, could it have been a marionette? Could it have been, I don't know, whatever the words are.
Muppet.
But, that's a Muppet, yeah.
No, that's like a licensed term. No one can have a Muppet but the Jim Henson Company. Next up, Alien Isolation 2. Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot to go on. Just kind of a vibey trailer. Not even a cinematic trailer, really. A vibe trailer. Is this a new thing?
Yes.
Sean, you're the alien head. What do you
alien head who hasn't played the first game. Well, I have played a bit of it. I guess the only kind of interesting thing is it seems like it's not just confined to like a spaceship, like it's outdoors, which almost kind of made me start to feel like it was a Predator game, which then I'm like, okay, is there going to be a crossover here? Is that something they're heading towards? I don't know. But I'm interested. I really do want to go back and play the first game. So
it'll be interesting because like the first game was all about, the alien invents and stuff and like kind of getting around you, and now in like a more potentially more of like a colony atmosphere. What are they gonna have, like sewers or something? Like they got to have some sort of like equivalent hiding system, I would think, because that was such a big part of the first game. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of tie it together and keep that suspense going in this one, in the different space city.
Mm-hmm. Is it like
setting? That's the word I'm looking for. Setting.
I wasn't paying that much attention. Is it the actual colony from Aliens?
No, I think it's some new planet they made up.
All right. Yeah, but I mean, kind of an exciting announcement for a lot of people, I'm sure. Next up, Gen Atlas, which was formerly Project Robot, Ueda-san's next game, published by Epic Game Store, I believe. And this is the creator of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, The Last Guardian's new game. And this looks like kind of a bit inspired by Shadow of the Colossus. You assemble a giant robot that's kind of your ship for navigating this world. And it looks like you fight other giant robots and climb them in a way similar to Shadow of the Colossus. There was some like shooting sections that looked kind of interesting, which seemed uncharacteristic for his games, which I think could be cool. I don't know. I thought it looked decent. I would be surprised if it releases in the next 3 years, but it was cool looking. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I thought the same. I thought it looked very Shadow of the Colossus like. I was actually pretty interested in this. I thought the gun battles looked like they had some potential. So I'm interested. I didn't play Last Guardian, but I liked Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. I liked a lot. So I'm interested.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool, but I agree. I mean, you got to assume it's a few years out still, at least. So, yeah, looking forward to whenever it does release. Which
I think we should mention as a general theme, not as much announcements as in years past of like, who knows when this is coming out. A lot of stuff in all the showcases, 2026, 2027, like set dates within the next 2 years. I can't think of many that were like, who knows when this is coming out, where that used to happen all the time. Almost everything was, who knows.
That's true. I mean, it doesn't mean they're going to stick to those years either, but
yeah,
it's something.
Yep. Next up, Blood Message, a 3D action game, which had some impressive visuals. But I got to be honest, this one, like, I couldn't even tell what was gameplay and what was cinematic, which could be a good thing.
Very
like
cinematic.
It could be like that. That's how cool the gameplay is. But I kind of got the sense like this isn't even the game. It's like a gameplay visualization and like the trying to make it feel like gameplay, even though it's not. And I mean, it looks great, but I could not make a judgment on this game at all based on what I saw.
It sort of looked like there might have been multiple characters. There's like one scene, like the samurai with the sword, obviously, but then there was the girl with the bow and arrow. And there was like one or two shots where it looked like it was from her perspective of like an in-game sort of camera angle. So, but yeah, very little on the actual like details or being able to tease out what the gameplay is exactly like. Cause the camera was so cinematic. I mean, maybe it is that cinematic in game.
Well, there's a scene where he's fighting on a sword, or fighting with a sword, and then it's like it looks like gameplay, and then it kind of seamlessly works into this move where he pushes the guy over a wall.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I could see that being gameplay, and then it cuts to kind of a cinematic, which lots of games do. But then as soon as that happens afterwards, they turn around and block something. And I'm like, I don't know how anyone could be prepared to make that block. And those are like the signals to me that I don't think this is gameplay. But I mean, if this is what it aspires to be and it pulls it off, could be cool, but feels like...
So you're saying you didn't get the hands-on demo that they announced is coming out?
No, I don't think so.
I think it launched that day or the next day, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Blood Message?
Yeah, it says right at the end here, first hands-on preview begins tomorrow. Oh, at Play Days. Never mind. That's like on the show floor or whatever. I'll report back next week. see if my guy played it.
I mean, it is a NetEase game, which makes me think it's free to play. I don't know if they actually say that in the trailer. That's just kind of my assumption. But it does look quite nice. I will say that.
Next up, Stranger Than Heaven update. Tupac is in the game, announced by Snoop Dogg, who is in absolutely everything. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this game. I feel like, Huck, you're the biggest Yakuza guy, and this is the studio that did Binary Domain. Any thoughts on this one?
Well, I mean, I do like Yakuza, and I love Binary Domain. So I was actually, I was kind of interested in this game. I think even before, wasn't this... This is not the one that that has the big guy, right? That there's like another Yakuza spin-off game that's different, that's also kind of the same.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I can't remember what that
this
one's
all straight.
This one's old. I believe one's set like in the past and one's set in current time.
Yeah,
maybe?
I think so.
I know which game you're talking about though, but this one comes out soon. January 15th.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested in it. I like Yakuza, and I like that studio. So I think it'll be something kind of interesting. And I like that it's not like another Yakuza spinoff. It's like different characters and stuff like that. So I'm interested.
Which I think is smart. Like, we often talk about how Yakuza, it feels like such a barrier to entry of this history and just having a fresh start to
especially
try.
When you go to pirates and you're kind of like jumping the shark, potentially literally in the game. Like, I don't know. It seems like a stretch to go Yakuza Pirates, but who knows? Maybe that game was really fun.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, the Tupac thing, it seems a little ridiculous, though. I didn't really understand it. Like, his likeness, like, are they doing AI version of his voice? Like,
I would think so.
Like, I don't know. And the way Snoop Dogg talked about it, like it was meant to be. I didn't get it at all.
Yeah. Next up, I think a pleasant surprise, at least for me. Not that I'm know what it is, but Hex, a kind of trippy first person action adventure game. I don't know, Sean, this feels like something. What?
You are interested in this game?
Hex?
Yeah, you. This is like,
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
because it looks exactly like Control.
No, well, just because it has like these cubes that go up and down, I don't think
Yeah.
it looks anything like Control.
Oh,
My issue with Control is not the art direction; it's the design and level design. But I'll just say what I thought was super impressive about this, aside from like just visuals in general. The guns and how it presented aiming down the sights felt kind of different and very unique looking. And I was definitely intrigued. But this feels like a Sean game. What do you say, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I was intrigued as well. I guess it that the cube thing almost seemed to imply that there's going to be some puzzle stuff in this game. I don't know if that's true. Like from what I'm seeing now on Steam, it's like a survival co-op survival shooter is what it's called. Procedural open world action adventure.
Procedural? Oh, I'm getting less interested.
yeah, you missed all the buzzwords that they were spouting.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, but like it looks cool. The reality of it may not be so cool.
That I could believe. We'll see. I think this one might be a ways out too. So, anything to add, Hawk?
No, I thought it looked nice, but not for me. As soon as they say procedural, whatever, mind bending, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be not for me. It's gonna be a flop.
All right, I'm about to blow through about 4 of them. You let me know if you have anything to say. Dead by Daylight's 10th anniversary, Mortal Shell 2, Sand Raiders of Sophie, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Those are probably all paid ads.
Ad section, yeah.
Think so.
And then I thought this was announced before TMNT: The Last Ronin.
So it was announced, and then I thought it was announced that it got canceled. So I was confused. I don't know. Maybe I got it mixed up with another one, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is like a re-announcement of like, hey, it's back.
I didn't know it got canceled, but I guess the meat of the announcement in that context then is that Platinum Games is taking it over, who is known for their amazing action gameplay.
So yeah, I agree. That seems exciting, but didn't they do a TMNT game and it wasn't very good? Am I misremembering that?
I think that was just like a quick licensed kind of thing.
Mutants in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was a Platinum Games game.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, it was just weirdly empty and kind of uninteresting. I don't know. But I hope it's great. The teaser looked a little rough, but seemed like they didn't really have anything to show. So,
okay.
Before we move on, this was the second game that seemed to be published by a movie studio. So this was Paramount Game Studio, and Alien Isolation 2 was 20th Century Games, which I had never even heard of. But obviously they're connected to the movie licenses, I would think. I would not think they're just like a different brand. I would think they're a spin-off company.
Oh yeah, they own those licenses for sure.
So I don't know what their influence will be like, and if they're gonna like continue making games. Like, have you guys heard of these two publishers, these two movie spin-off publishers making other games?
No.
Okay, so these are the first.
I think the Paramount one is new for sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the 20th Century one, but it just feels like all these movie studios have their own video game arm now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
I do
surprised
the
if
Bad
it's
Robot
like,
one.
Yeah, Bad Robot might be a little different, I think, but the Paramount and Fox ones, I would not be surprised if it's 2 people just so they can put their company branding at the front of stuff. And
Sure, maybe. Yeah.
I doubt they even fund any of it. It's just like, we own this and we want our name associated with it as a brand. But the Paramount one's kind of weird because Paramount owns Skydance, correct?
I think so.
And there's already this Skydance Studios too. So I don't know. Okay, I'm burning through a bunch here.
Sounds good.
Fortnite Runners, Fortnite Shattered, Gundam Rogue Orbit, an extremely hard game, and Crossfire.
I thought Crossfire looked okay, from what I remember, and I feel like
Oh yeah, okay. We should talk about Crossfire.
Yeah.
because it's old Naughty Dog and Infinity Ward veterans that kind of started their own thing.
Yeah. And I think it was like there was a bit of a trend of this, of kind of like a return to, single player action games, I guess was probably like a good way to describe most of them. And like, I'm loving that.
Well, they said it at the end of theirs, right? They said
Yeah.
our goal was to deliver a classic single player story driven experience.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm trying to pull up the video, but I seem to remember this one.
The one with the adaptive cover thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And That's No Moon. Like, that studio name rings a bell to me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it's the Star Wars kind of reference, but I don't know. I thought this game looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was kind of torn. Well, I mean, we'll get to Gears of War E-Day, but like this felt like a more next gen evolution of combat with the adaptive cover and like combat on hills, which I could see Naughty Dog influence there. How every iteration of Uncharted was taking the cover system to a new area, like water, going up a cliff face and kind of taking a concept you're familiar with and recontextualizing it. So I also thought the gunplay looked interesting and well presented in this as well. But my God, story was absolute cringe. The story was horrible.
It looked like there was some supernatural elements and like weirdness going on. Definitely not presented that well.
The writing was terrible.
Definitely had slight shades of what was that game that was on Huck's top 10 list? That
Mind's Eye?
Mind's Eye. A little bit of
Yes.
Mind's Eye vibe.
100%.
Not necessarily in a bad way, but just like,
Definitely.
it could go bad.
I mean, what I played of Mind's Eye, the story and writing was better than this. I thought it was absolutely horrid.
It's game developers' first crack at a story, and it shows.
I know.
It's,
Kind of, you're right.
it's a little raw.
God, game writing sucks so much. I just want to mention, I'm getting sick of these like cozy friend slop / Untitled Goose Game ripoffs, which there's a slew of, and I would put an extremely hard game in that category. And
What a horrible name for a game too. Like,
yeah,
I don't like it.
And there's like already 2 or 3 other egg related rage games out there.
yeah,
Like,
that's right.
Okay, next up, yet again, Control Resonant. There's 2 games I don't want to hear another fucking word about until they're released, and I want to see scores. Control Resonant and RuneScape Dragon Wilds.
Oh, come on.
Enough
Everyone
of
wants
these
to see that.
fucking games.
I don't think it was in the. Oh no, it wasn't the.
Oh,
Nintendo
it was.
one.
It fucking was. It's in everything. I'm like, does anyone even play this piece of shit? What is going on?
I know. Wasn't it
Oh
Day
my
of the
goodness.
Discs?
I thought this Control trailer was better than the Sony one.
Yes.
But I mean, it's all kind of stuff we've seen before. So
Yeah, is there another game I'm missing? I feel like there's another game that I'm just like like RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I guess 20,000 reviews total in a year, and I never. It's early access, but I cannot believe how much I'm hearing about this game, and they're doing themselves a disservice by being everywhere, and it doesn't look that good. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, Guild Wars 3 announcement. Not a lot to go on. Many thoughts? I know there's a lot of Guild
probably
Wars.
excited, right?
Yeah, probably. I wonder, like, so for their Guild Wars 2 big thing was you pay once. It's not a monthly subscription. So they didn't really say anything about that, whether that's going to continue or not. But I assume that's going to be their hook, but who knows? Star Wars Galactic Racers update with Sebulba and some actual pod racing. Looks still kind of excited for this game.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that if there's one takeaway over these 3 showcases, September 20th to October 20th is
Bye-bye.
insanity. It's
Yeah.
insanity.
It is insanity. So
And
many
Sean-
things are in that window.
Appropriately last week said they're all trying to get out before GTA 6, which was a no-show at any of these things, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's going to be a crazy month, and some games are just going to get lost in the ether.
Definitely.
I would say
Um,
most of them are going to get lost in the ether.
okay, and Ends of Abyss, Last Harbor, Virtual Fighter Crossroads, RuneScape Dragon Wilds, The Adventures of Elliot, Orbitals, Star Seeker Astroneer Expeditions, Soulframe Preludes, Grounded 2, Into the Abyss. Some of these were ads. Mafia Old Country DLC. Let's just take that group. Any thoughts on those? I barely remember any of them.
Yeah, the only one that kind of was interesting was the Virtua Fighter one.
Yeah.
I guess I was unclear. Like, is it like a straight up fighting game? Like, there's a lot more story to it. I know that's kind of some fighting games are doing that now, but it was unclear.
Yeah, this just felt like them establishing, I guess, the modern expectation to have more than just arcade fights and some surrounding elements that Mortal Kombat and that Injustice game really pioneered to some degree. But even Street Fighter has their free roam mode, and Tekken just has that kind of arcade thing, but I'm not that well versed in it. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for the return of Virtual Fighter, but not a lot of. Was there any fighting? I don't remember seeing any fighting at all.
Yeah, it's like hard to even
I think
think
there
if
was a little bit, but it was hard to tell if it was just like cinematic or.
Yeah, like was there bars at the top? I feel like I was looking
remember.
for the bars. I want to see what the bars look like.
That UI, maybe.
But yeah, it's mostly cinematic stuff. But it does come out in 2027, so it's got to be pretty close to being done.
The only other
Everything
one,
else,
yeah, the other one I want to talk about a bit was the Soulframe Digital Extremes game, which obviously is still going off of the whole Warframe like frame,
oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
like marketing, I guess they have, or
Yeah, it makes sense.
spin-off game. Like it says, what does it say? It says Soulframe Preludes. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a Warframe related? Is Soulframe its own thing that I've never heard of before? Or is Preludes just the name of the new game? That was the only thing I was confused about with this one. But
Yeah, I don't think it's like canonically related to Warframe in any way. I think
Yeah.
they're just trying to leverage the Frame brand to some
Yeah.
degree.
So. I mean, I'm glad that they're putting out something new that's not just Warframe year 20 or whatever they're at now. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how
I
this
feel
game
like
is.
The Preludes thing before that it says pre-alpha, and then it like
Oh yeah, it does.
transitions into Preludes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't know if it's just their way of like doing testing and initial stuff through some
maybe.
story elements. But
That could be it. Yeah.
Sean, anything there you wanted to touch on?
No, I don't think so.
Kind of excited for Mafia story stuff, but it's
Yeah, I like Mafia a lot. I don't know if I would, get it back out of the old library to.
Yeah, well then you
pick
have
up
to pay for the
this
DLC.
I know. Come on. Come on, library, get on getting the DLC included. Let's go.
Can we get library
Yeah.
DLC? Next was 1666 Amsterdam, which I can't remember. Was it for the original designer of Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Is that
they're
correct?
like a
Along with
co-creator
Jade
of
Raymond, I
Assassin's Creed.
assume, who was more producer, I think. But I don't know. It seemed kind of interesting. I thought the game was going to be called Salem because it was all this kind of like witches and witch trial stuff going on. Pretty tough to know what type of game it is. Does anyone know if like
There was
what
like
it is exactly?
a tiny amount of combat. It looked kind of like a weird third-person action game with maybe some sort of like magical elements or something. But I don't know. There's also all this like red imagery, which for some reason I was thinking like vampires. But I don't know if that's the case. They didn't like explicitly say anything. Maybe it's just like scarlet letter type red or something like that, like with the witches kind of vibe. But yeah, it was not clear for sure what was going on here.
I mean, on Steam it says third-person dark story-led action adventure, and it mentions witchcraft and demonic entities. But there is a prologue out now,
Oh,
so could be worth checking out. Maybe.
cool. I mean, some of the screenshots like look like gameplay, and it's got potential.
Well, and the end kind of like credits there for the trailer. I just picked this up. Like it hangs on 666 before it puts the 1 in front. So obviously it's kind of implying that demonic kind of like devil imagery with that. So yeah, probably not vampires at all. Probably more just demons.
All right, here comes a big block. All right,
I'm ready.
burning through these. Saw Genesis, Lords of the Fallen 2, Star Wars Zero Company, The Blood of Dawnwalker, Among Us, 007 First Light, new story mission featuring Lenny Kravitz, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Turok Origins, Armistice, Gothic Remake, and I think Aeon looked interesting. Oh, my favorite ad just popped up again with the
The butt wiggle.
yeah, the big booty firewoman. What's Aeon? I'm trying to remember what this was.
Wasn't that kind of like a steampunkish thing?
No, I pulled it up. It's
No.
like people with like angel wings flying around.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all. Another third person action game with really cool effects. I have to say that, but this feels like it could almost be free to play as well. It's tough to say. I don't have much to say about any of these games. I don't remember much about any of them except for Star Wars Zero Company. I'm kind of excited to see what that might be. But the one thing that threw me off there is like they were showing guns and changing like sights and attachments on guns, and it like a tactical strategy game, a turn-based strategy game. I'm worried about weapon customization. Like I'm curious to see how that integrates because you'd almost think like the whole point of these games is not about your equipment, it's about your strategy. Now, obviously, there's some integration between those two things, but that was a little like I want a game that's not too complex. Like that just feels like too much stuff going on in a strategy game. Personally, for me to like it, and Blood of the Dawnwalker. Are we done with vampires yet? Like what was this game even? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I keep getting that mixed up with Duskbloods. Like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's the From game? No, it's not.
And then there's that vampire series that seems to have a game and there's another vampire series too. And I'm like, who plays these things?
Good question. I mean, some people like vampires, clearly. The only one I wanted to comment on was the Saw one, just because it's interesting. Kieran started getting into Dead by Daylight, and I don't understand how every horror movie can support its own asymmetrical multiplayer game when Dead by Daylight exists and has licensed characters from all of these franchises. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It seemed like kind of a weird spin on it. Like it seemed like one person is kind of controlling this labyrinth or something and like putting out traps for the other characters. But I just don't see this thing surviving.
Sean, we need an intervention at your house. Your son needs to start playing good games. Like at least Huck's kids are playing Helldivers 2, like Nintendo stuff. We got to get him off this shit, dude. He's going down a bad path.
Can't be helped. It's what his friends are into.
You have discipline. You have to discipline the boy. Make him play good games. Force him. He can't leave his room until he beats Saros.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, you're going to have to step in. Well, tell Alicia to. Let's try to plead. If you're not willing to, let's get Alicia involved. Any other thoughts? I'm still mildly interested with Turok Origins. Maybe being good, but when it's relegated to this kind of ad and it comes out in September,
like a Switch sizzle reel for like 1 second.
Warning flags are going off. Yeah. Next up, Wuthering Waves and Cyberpunk cooperation thing. I don't know. Monster Hunter Wild.
That's the crossover, right? With what's the game? It's like a crossover with another game.
Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right.
Is it like in Cyberpunk or is it a new standalone thing? I
think we should just move on.
Yeah, I agree. I have nothing to say about
it's from the anime series. It's characters from that, I think.
Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance, I think, was the debut of like the major DLC. It's not quite like Iceborne for Monster Hunter World, because I think that was standalone DLC. This requires the base game, or maybe they learned from that they want to make people buy the base game, but I'm sure a lot of people were interested in that. Swords of Legend, I don't remember anything about.
Does anybody think that they're running out of video game titles at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. This was an extended boss fight. Yeah.
It looked like a samurai game with some carpet boss.
Yeah.
Magic carpet boss.
I know. Well, we were already saying we're getting burnt out on kind of fantasy third-person action games 2 years ago, and it just seems to be getting worse. There's like more and more that are indecipherable. It's going to be curious to see what that Phantom Blade Zero Direct in the summer is like, because
I think there's a lot of like Chinese developers and like probably Korean developers that are like, they just like this style of game and they are making them and they're putting them out there. Like,
I mean, I do too.
Wulong and stuff got a sequel, which we'll talk about later, and like there's just a ton of them.
Definitely an audience.
Yeah.
Wulong though is more like, I'm curious. Well, we'll wait for that one, but it's basically just Neo in China, so it's not like it's a lot of work for them to make that, other than do some art, and like the systems are already coded pretty much. Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. I didn't watch this until today, and in the Discord people were kind of calling it Hot Wheels Burnout. And when I saw it today, I'm like, I didn't get that vibe at all. I kind of felt it was a little like low energy and uninteresting.
I thought it looked cool. I mean, it's open world. Like, there's been two of these Hot Wheels games now, or at least the from this developer, and now it's just kind of open world. I like the idea of an open world with all the sort of Hot Wheels tracks and toys and stuff. It's
like
kind of
a world
idea.
tour.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke. What's
Mario World Tour? Mario Kart World Tour? A game that just came out for Switch this past year. Switch 2. Launch
it's called Mario Kart World, but that's okay.
Oh, my goodness. I
think I screwed up on the show before, too.
Damn it.
I was playing Mario Kart today.
Is World Tour the iOS one? Isn't there a Mario
I can't blame Huck. It's probably my fault. I think I called it World Tour on several shows before I realized I was incorrect myself. All right, I'm burning through a bunch here. 35 years of Sonic, some new 2D co-op game, and I don't even remember what else. Attack on Titan 3, Clutch, a racing game, Chronicles Medieval, and then another look at Sea of Remnants. I think this is all ads, actually. But the Sea of Remnants thing was like not even gameplay. Last time we saw this was at a PlayStation Direct, and there was like tons of stuff going on. This was like almost a music video featuring the characters, and I'm really excited for this game. I wanted more. Capcom Summer Game Sales, Hitman World of Assassination, Pal World 1.0 coming July 10th, Wolf Among Us 2, and Wolf Among Us Remastered. What do we got here?
Yeah, well, they really made a big deal out of Wolf Among Us 2, and I know some people love the first one. I've never played it. I feel like I need to play it because I did like some of those Telltale games. I don't know if it's worth getting the remaster for, though.
You got to, dude. I mean, you're going to buy
it. Probably.
Any other of these games? Anyone picking up Pal World 1.0 when it releases?
I mean, seeing that trailer, I was just kind of like, oh, that game is still a thing, and it's not even like in full release yet. Like, I don't know. I guess people are playing it.
I think they do. Like, it's so weird how these games come and go, and games you've never heard of anyone talk about or play have like these huge fan bases or people that play them, and then the best games of the year no one plays. Saros and Marathon. I'm like, what the fuck are people doing? Like, get real. Why are you playing garbage? We're fucked.
Yeah.
Video games are fucked.
There's a different game for everybody these days. That's the problem.
Yeah, and they're shit.
The
problem is people are playing shit games that don't. So when they go to develop games in the future, or who knows, like what the future of game developers are going to be, it's like they're going to be used to playing janky garbage and thinks that's fun, and we're not going to have anything to play.
I mean, maybe, but I think it's just that, what you like is targeted to you, what somebody else likes is specifically targeted to them, and like there's not a lot of games that everybody wants to play these days.
Sean, these are objectively bad games.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get your donkey simulator and your cow simulator and your horse simulator soon enough. Don't worry, it's coming.
Your cult simulator, all these things, like they're barely even games. It's not even the concept that's bad. It's the feel. Like they do not feel
Speaking of
good
this,
to play.
you know what I played, which I was never going to talk about and never shame myself that I played this. I played a game that popped up on Game Pass called, like, I don't even remember the name, but it was like Supermarket Simulator or something like this. And I was like, I'll play this for an hour. I'll give it a whirl, stock some shelves and like check out some people. It was so janky. Like you're saying, like in order to get people's cash from people's hands, I had to like pixel perfect put the little reticle on the cash in the guy's hand and then make change with coins that are like, I don't know, 1/100th of the screen width. I had to like pixel perfect pick a quarter and a penny to like give them change, and it was just so unbearably frustrating. I played like 4 days worth of supermarketing.
Were you playing with keyboard and mouse, or was
no,
it
I was playing with the Xbox controller. So,
that's probably why.
I mean, on the keyboard and mouse, it would have been easier, but it's the same thing. Like, I don't even think this game was in game preview or whatever. I think this was like a full release game. Like, these people have this game out probably on Steam for 10 years already and have made money, and it's like totally unpolished, and yet people are buying this game, and obviously they made enough money to port it to Xbox. So, just mind blowing.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else from that chunk?
Do any of you guys do Attack on Titan anime things?
No.
Yeah, I never either. But I noticed at the end of it, they're like, they say July 1st, 2026. But then if you read the smaller print above it, it was like next scouting report or something. So it's not even the next, like, it's not even the release of the game. It's actually like the next chunk of previews they're going to release or something. Yeah. So kind of bullshit on that one.
All right.
That clutch game, just is that like a heist thing, or is it just straight up racing? Like, I couldn't really tell. I was like,
looked like maybe to me it looked like racing with like story. They're trying to infuse story into it.
Yeah, to me it was like, let's take the F1 movie and turn it into
exactly. That's the vibe I got too.
Or we have a racing game. Can we add a story and just kind of borrow from something like that? Next up, Stellar Blade Blood Rain, which I love. Stellar Blade. I feel like it's an underplayed game, underappreciated game. It's not like the best. The open world stuff gets a little monotonous, especially if you're trying to platinum it, which I did, but the combat's great. It looks awesome. Now in Stellar Blade Blood Rain, it's a new character and there's no sword. It's like all hand to hand close quarters combat, which I don't know about that decision. But it looked really good, and it had this kind of opening sequence of walking by a train, kind of given Final Fantasy VII homage vibes with a bit of like similarities to the opening of Resident Evil 9 Requiem. But visually, I thought it looked incredible. I'm not sold on the gameplay yet, but what did you guys think?
I thought it looked good. Looked like classic hot chick action title that's going to make a lot of money.
I'm surprised. I hope people give the first Stellar Blade a chance, and I was worried that because it didn't sell well, it'd kind of be done.
I thought it sold a couple mil.
Did it? Okay, good.
I thought so.
I'm glad to hear that. I think it's a lot better than it gets credit for.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the look of it. I just, if I remember correctly, the first one was maybe a little more of a Souls-like than I would be into.
6 million copies.
Wow. Nice.
PS5 and PC. Yeah.
So one random observation about this trailer, and I don't know, Frank, tell me if I'm crazy. I think it was this trailer. It seemed like with the combat, there was a lot of like popping, like, instead of kind of like, interpolating movement as you go to the enemy to hit them, it kind of like seemed to pop a lot.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of that.
Is that the style, or like what is that?
Well, I mean, yeah, like a lot of these games, especially with like parries and other elements, you like have to snap sometimes. this seems to like almost work it into its aesthetic a bit, but it's tough to say because even it's also edited in a very frenetic way, so it's tough to get like continuous combat to see what it looks like. But I mean, the combat felt the game it reminded me of was the Miles Morales game, like the electrified punching of that. So I'm intrigued. Could be a ways out still though, and I mean the visuals were really impressive. I don't know if it's going to be able to live up to that. But finally, to wrap up the show, kind of a Final Fantasy sandwich, like a little tease, and then a big reveal. So Tifa and other characters coming to Street Fighter 6. Although I don't think you saw any gameplay of like what her character looks like or anything like that.
I think so.
And then they brought the creator or the director of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth back on stage to announce Final Fantasy VII Revelation, the third and final chapter. I believe the first time the title's been revealed, we've seen any gameplay from it. And Huck, this was it's the final entry to your game of the year.
Yes.
I did not beat the second one, but
I think games of the year.
Yeah, the first one was my game of the year that year. What are you thinking?
I mean, I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, they obviously have the high wind now. You're like able to that's the big ship. You're able to travel around the world and do the skydiving into kind of like anywhere, which was kind of interesting. I don't know how, monotonous that will get. But we'll see. And
if you have to dive out of the ship every time you want to go somewhere, I'm like, what?
Yeah, and like
be brutal.
and float down the whole way.
Almost as bad as climbing mountains with chocobos. That takes 20 minutes.
Yes, yeah, probably. But I mean, I think the like Vincent gameplay they showed looked pretty interesting. They obviously it looked like they added a lot more with like Sid as well. It looked like both of them had sort of like not exactly summons, but almost like animal spirits with them that were fighting. I don't know if you remember that. Like Sid had some sort of like snake looking thing, and Vincent had probably his like devil thing. But I don't know. I thought it looked similar to the other games in terms of everything. They didn't show like too much, but obviously the new weapons, the big boss guys are going to be a big feature of this game, and it will be interesting to see how they handle those. Because I mean, in the original Final Fantasy VII, it was just like a turn-based battle with a big thing and very challenging. But obviously with this action-oriented combat against a big giant boss, like hitting something in the foot is not fun. So it'll be interesting to see how they, change up the gameplay for these things, and if they have special moments, like, I don't know. So,
and will they be optional? Because they were optional in the original, right? Like the Emerald and Scarlet. I think
a few of them were. I think a few of them were not.
Yeah. I mean, I was obviously embarrassingly, I've not completed Rebirth, but I'm surprised you didn't get to play as Sid or
Vincent.
Was he Vincent in that game? They didn't even get that far. Like they got to be cramming a lot of story into this last.
Sid was in it, but you didn't play as him.
Didn't play. What about Kate Sith? Do you play as Kate Sith?
Yeah. Okay. I think Kate Sith's in the first one. Not the first one. The second one. Oh. Yeah. No, wait. The first one. No, once you get outside.
Definitely not the first.
Definitely in the second one. And Yuffie is a DLC
in the first, and then part of the second one.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're all waiting for the new ending, how it like reimagines and brings Jesse back to life for everyone.
That's right. So we're all waiting for it.
Sean, any thoughts on this stuff? You're not really into this shit.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I wish I had 300 hours because it looks cool. But especially now with the third one, it's like there's no way I can get into this at this point. But
didn't you hear you can put in 300 hours in like 2 months? No problem.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, those sort of epic battles looked pretty cool.
The one thing that looked very like Final Fantasy to me was like, I don't know if you caught it Frank, I thought you would love this part, but maybe you missed it. There's like a scene where I think it's Tifa has like shackles on her arm, but it looks like gameplay, like she's trying to break free. It's like at an hour 57:40 seconds. And I don't know. I thought that was like a very Final Fantasy moment where they do like this thing you only see one time probably in the game. So I don't know. I love that. I love Final Fantasy for that kind of stuff where they put all this effort obviously into some
I
mechanic.
see. Yeah, the mini game. No, I missed that before.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
so they obviously put like all this effort into like this tiny mini game that's used in like one situation. I just respect that so much. Like that never flies in like North American game development. That would never happen. So yeah, looking forward to it. Not as excited as I thought I would be after seeing it, but they did kind of tease that big Juno gun scene where it shoots the weapon in the face. I was actually surprised they showed that, to be honest. But yeah, spring
I can't believe
2027.
that wasn't in. What is that? Disc 2 or 3 in the original game?
I think it's disc 2.
I thought it was disc 2.
Yeah, disc 3 is just kind of the end of the game.
Yeah. But I'm still kind of shocked at where I obviously not finishing it, where part 2 would have left off. I thought it would have been a little further into the game, or like comparing it to the original. Okay. Any other thoughts on the Summer Game Fest in general? Are we ready to give our letter grade?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tough.
I would say it was a little better than what I'm used to with the Keighley showcases. It started off pretty strong, kind of fell off somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I'm at like maybe a B. Yeah, I'll say B.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to debate if the Sony one was better than this, where I think this had some big announcements, but what I saw
actual game
was not a lot of games. It's just like a lot of filler and ads. So I think I'm going to go C+.
I'm like Dwight. I think it was a B. I think it would have been higher if they'd cut out some of the crap. But
that crap pays the bills.
Yeah, that crap pays the bills, all right. That's for sure. So
it does feel like so long compared to the other ones.
Yeah,
it was a chore to watch. Which
I was definitely skipping some.
I missed some of the celebrity stuff. Like I know that stuff can drag too, but there weren't enough cringe moments. I needed some more cringe. All
right. Well, if you watched it on YouTube, it followed with the Day of the Devs. I did not watch this. I scanned a bit of it. I don't have much to say, Sean. I know this is your kind of thing. There's one game that screamed Sean to me. Do you know which one it was?
Not offhand. I mean, there was a bunch that I was kind of excited about. The most excited was for Screenbound to be back, and there is a demo, so I'll be checking that out. But what was the game you were thinking?
Tenebrous Somnia, which looked a lot like Maniac Mansion. I was not crazy about the live action stuff, but the gameplay looked like it was for you, like made for you.
Yeah, I feel like I downloaded a demo of that at some point. I don't know if I actually played it, but it's definitely on my radar. But yeah, I agree. The integration of the live action stuff is like kind of interesting, but also kind of pulls you out, I feel like. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. So are you good to move on to the Xbox showcase?
I just a couple quick things on the Day of the Devs. They showed Mr. Records, which I thought, Frank, you might like. It's like a music rhythm platformer game.
I did see that. It looked intriguing.
Yeah.
I liked.
Reminded me a little of Sound Shapes.
Yeah. And then the other game they showed, which I'm excited for, which they've showed before, but it was Threads of Time, which is kind of like that Chrono Trigger RPG kind of thing. But they showed like a little more of it this time than I think we'd seen before in the past. And then I think there was one
which is
more.
Really interesting once we get to Final Fantasy Resonance, because now that they've got serious competition there,
Yes.
kind of doing a similar thing.
Yeah, almost identical art style, to be honest.
Yeah.
And what else is there? I didn't write enough notes, but
that I agree that I think Threads of Time looks better at this point than Final Fantasy Resonance to me, even though I think I'm excited for both. Well, I know I'm excited for both. I think they both look good.
yeah. I'm just trying to look at what this Lazy River game was. Let me just try to get to it quickly. I don't think it was good, but
That was like a friend slop thing.
oh
I
yeah,
think.
no,
Oh, yeah.
definitely was not.
No doubt.
My kids were excited for that.
What about this? I'm trying
Sean,
to
step in now before it's
I
too
thought
late.
it looked kind of fun, to be honest with you. But there was a couple, like there was that new N++ game, which, you know, it doesn't look that different from the other ones, but I have enjoyed those in the past.
Super Ukulele Cart. I do like the idea of
Kind of interesting, yeah.
it just doesn't embrace the Mode 7 graphics enough, though. Like, it's too much of a hybrid. It needs to fully commit to looking like a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Would have been my direction. But I like the thought of it. I like the spirit, but I don't think it pulls off the art style, personally. Okay.
the last one to take a look at, maybe, Frank, that maybe just for kind of like entertainment. I don't know if you would like the game, but there's a game called Apple Crumble, and the trailer was like kind of humorous and like I thought set up the game pretty well, but it's kind of like a detective game, third person kind of like exploration detective game. But I don't know. I like
That's
the
the one from
execution
the-
of the trailer.
That's the one from the Duck Detective people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the Day of the Devs always has stuff that is visually intriguing, unique. So,
Yeah. And then, did anyone know there was 6 Trine games?
I was about to say the same thing. I don't remember
I
trying
think I
5.
own them all, and I haven't played more than one of them. So
I only thought there was like 3 of them.
Trine 5. It was a Clockwork Conspiracy. That's why you didn't know about it. It came out 3 years ago. All right. Time for the Xbox Games Showcase 2026, which was an hour and 10 minutes, and then had a 30-minute Gears E-Day portion at the end dedicated to that game. So it started with Gears E-Day and an announcement from the new CEO saying it will be a console exclusive to Xbox. So we will never, ever be getting a PlayStation version of
about
Gears
time.
of War E-Day. Yeah, right. Wait till they need a couple million bucks.
yeah, I was surprised about, you know, they came in with this exclusivity thing, like, you know, we're coming in hard, we're going back to exclusives, and then it was 2 games and they're console exclusive, like they're still on PC. So it's like it didn't seem like that big of a deal.
Yeah, I agree. And like, it's one in 2026 and one in 2027, possibly 2028. And it just seems like, okay, they're going to have to do better than that. Like, if you got to make Call of Duty exclusive, it's your only hope. And even then, it might be too late.
I
You
bet
might
they
have already
can't.
lost
I bet they can't.
I know they can't, but you know what? You need to, like, either, is it Notch? Is it Notch at Mojang or whatever? Or
I think
you got to do a
I don't know
hostage.
if he's involved anymore.
I think he sold.
but-
Sold to Microsoft.
Okay, good. You got to get him out of there. You got to clear that out and just say Minecraft 2 only on Xbox. You want to sell some consoles? That's the
There
way
you
you
go.
do it. Period. End of story. You want to make some money? There's your solution. But Gears of War E-Day. Did you guys watch the whole thing?
I did. Yeah.
I didn't watch the direct, no.
Okay, I did. Huck, you go first because I was not impressed.
Yeah, I actually thought it looked pretty good. I thought it, like, vibe wise, gave me kind of like my memory of Gears 1 and the Gears series in general. So, like, that was what I was most worried about. The only thing I didn't really like the new character models. They are much thinner than, like, Marcus Phoenix from the first, and even Dom from the
Yeah, they're
first
just
one.
babies. They're lean.
Yeah,
They
they're
haven't,
little
been carrying
babies.
huge armor
Well, yeah,
and
they're not
lancers.
wearing gear, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, still, their face is like much leaner as well, and they haven't hit the roids yet, I guess, to fight the big invasion. But other than that, I thought the gameplay looked good. Like throwing a grenade into a immersion hole or whatever they're called, like you can't beat that. Seeing it explode, and I love that vibe from the first couple games, and the environments were definitely more alive, which they talked about in the longer extended play, and you could see it. I mean, the store with all the fruit flying around, the glass shattering. The one thing that really impressed me, which I didn't notice in like the first kind of like 10 minutes or whatever that they showed in the later section, was all the destructible buildings and how like you shoot up a car and it reacts like quite believably to like it getting shot in the tires or whatever. I know other games have done it, but it looked good.
I mean, who cares?
I don't know. It just adds
that
to
just
the
tells
realism.
me you have nothing to offer design wise to your game. Like I will say when it showed it at the beginning of the show, I'm like, okay, I'm excited for a new Gears game, 100%. And the red light and smoke, the smoke effects are insanely good.
The smoke
like
is
mind-blowingly good. And the lighting of the emergence holes, the red, like how it illuminated the enemies, I was like, okay, this looks very cool.
Yeah.
The rest of the game visually didn't impress me that much. And I was like, okay, I'm still excited. When I watched the entire Gears Direct, I lost so much interest in this game. Like it was cliche after cliche, including the city as a character in this game. And
okay, now I know why he doesn't like it.
I already thought this, and then that like just, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. That was like 25 minutes in, and I was already like, every person from this team that talked about the game inspired zero confidence in me that this game is going to be anything special. Basically, all they said was, we looked at Gears 1 and we wanted to make Gears 1 again, which I agree, it's the best Gears game, and I like that thought. But I mean, emergence holes have been in every Gears game since Gears 1. Like the mechanic works. You need to find a next gen version of these, or
Buddy,
explain why.
E-Day. It's Emergence Day. It's all about the emergence holes.
No, but it's design wise. You need some expansion on the. Now they did tease this idea of huge sinkholes,
Yes.
like major, which you don't see any gameplay of. That could be cool. And the only thing that felt next gen to me, and another game did it better 2 days before or the day before, was the low ground cover, which is like, I mean,
I thought you were gonna love the sliding undercover and stuff. Like very, what's that Platinum Games game you love? That's really
Vanquish.
old.
I don't really play Vanquish that much.
Oh, I thought you liked
I
that
mean,
game.
lots of games have sliding and shooting. It could be good, but I just thought it just looked like another Gears game. And the whole point of this was to like take Gears into the next generation. And I feel like it's only done that from a visual perspective. And they basically talked about the whole time, we built everything from the ground up. We started with an empty hard drive, and now we have this game. And you did it just to do Gears again? Like, what is the point of that? Maybe you should reuse some stuff and start to think of some new things. And how does, like, the cover looked almost identical. It's a little smoother. Who cares? I was just shocked at how much time they've spent to basically remake Gears 1. And it could be good. Don't get me wrong, but we saw nothing of multiplayer really.
Well, they talked a little bit about how there's going to be more of that like open world quest type stuff in the game where you'll come across, like you'll explore the city and come across groups of people and you can choose to help them or not. They didn't really go into the details of like how that would impact you or what you would gain from doing that. So that's something that could be, a next evolution, to quote, of the Gear series, because I don't think any of the other games had any of those sort of like open world elements at all.
Yeah, I don't think so really, but also didn't get a sense.
I mean, Gears. What's the one with the ice sled? It kind of had some open worldy sections, but they weren't really
I think it was
like
5. But
Yeah,
5.
I feel like 4 and 5 had some elements of that, but I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I was just like, the cover system in that Crossfire game looked way more interesting than Gears. Like that's how you take a game like this into the next generation, and it feels like iterating on the same thing. And I'm actually shocked. I'm sure it's fine. Gears is solid. I'm sure it'll be playable. Like an 8 out of 10 is the vibe I'm getting, except for a 9 or 10 from IGN because they're paid to give that. Yeah. But it really disappointing. And if all you have is Unreal lighting systems is what's cool about your game or sets it apart from previous versions of the series, I'm not getting it. I'm actually shocked at how unimpressive it was.
Whoa. I mean, I don't really disagree with you on the gameplay stuff. Like I was definitely thinking, okay, it just looks like Gears. But the one thing that I really like, and maybe it's just the first couple levels, like I don't know, but I like that idea of it being in a lived-in city, like being in grocery stores. Like it feels like The Last of Us with Gears mechanics, which I kind of like. But they did show clips towards the end, and it started to feel more like typical Gears environments. So I don't know if that's the whole game or not.
And initially, Huck and I were, well, he kind of nailed it before the show. When I saw the gun selection HUD or menu in the game, I'm like, wow, that looks exactly like Gears. Like, I love it. They're kind of staying true to Gears. And then the active reload bar came up, and it is ugly as sin.
As soon as I saw that, so my first inclination was like, because they kind of start out in that, like, you're in like a bar or whatever, and then it happens and like you're kind of thrown in. So I thought what they were going to do is that bar was going to be like, you've got nothing, you're starting from scratch. This is like your shitty reload bar. But then it never changed. Like I thought there was going to be like, you get your new weapon and then it becomes like a more refined reload bar. But it just looks so amateurish. And I knew Frank was going to be so pissed about that when I saw it. I thought for sure it was
you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. I wish you would have saved it for the show because it's like yes, you're right. That's exactly what I thought. And I just couldn't believe like 30 minutes of basically saying nothing about the game. I don't know. I'm looking at comments on YouTube on the Xbox Showcase saying how amazing this game looks, and I'm just not seeing it personally. And like swearing constantly, the characters just saying fuck in every cutscene. That was like the big thing from this showcase. Xbox trying to bring attitude back, and it was cringeworthy to me. Like the Xbox edgy brand that they were pushing in the showcase, like I guess appealing to younger gamers, which has always been a thing, but it feels like, you know, Xbox was the we're gaming for everyone platform, and now they're trying to be cool again, and it is not working either. So you're hurting. You're still very hurting, Xbox. You are in big trouble. Based on what I saw here today.
Now they're Xbox, all capital letters, Xbox as well. So
we're hardcore. We're hardcore, dudes.
I gotta update all my docs with the new branding.
Okay. So Gears of War Day, I'll obviously be buying it. October 6th, I should also mention, is when it comes out.
You should just get it on Game Pass like they were announcing after every single fucking video they showed.
I will once Horizon 6
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I will just be buying Gears on Steam, I think, or possibly Xbox is my plan. Fable, a new cinematic trailer with Haley Atwell. That's like their thing. They get some big actor to do some very expensive CG trailer. It's been delayed. We already knew that to February 23rd, 2027. And these mean nothing to me. These cinematic trailers, I could care less.
Yeah, I mean, for something that's not that far off, and that's one of their big upcoming games, I was expecting a little bit more gameplay. And it actually kind of just confused me a little bit about the game, to be honest with you. But
I'm like really unimpressed by the visuals of this game. I know I said it last time we talked about it, but it just feels like kind of generic Unreal 5 stuff to me.
Did they show a gameplay trailer before?
Well, it was the 4 developers. They did a whole like 20-minute
that's right.
deep dive into
Yeah.
Playground Games, right?
Yeah,
am
I think
correct
so.
there?
Yeah, I think so.
Next up, probably one of the things I'm most excited for out of this entire showcase is Halo Campaign Evolved. Probably because I'm playing Marathon and I want to replay Bungie stuff. I have a newfound appreciation for Bungie, and this is launching July 28th on all consoles. I guess another thing they were like a big to do before this showcase is they're going to show every platform that a game is coming on when they show the card at the end, not just the Xbox stuff. And to be fair, only 2 games were just Xbox, I think, in this entire thing. So, a lot of the showcases are multi-platform games, so I'm not going to hold that against them specifically. But I think Halo Campaign Evolved looks really good, and I'm personally very excited to play this game again. Although the big thing was the new Prelude missions before the actual start of Halo, and I thought the story stuff there was pretty cringe as well. Not really pulling me in.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely enough that it'll get me to fire it up for sure. Like, not that I wasn't interested before, but that's a little extra push. But yeah, it looks actually better than I expected.
Yeah, I think visually it looks cool. I'm excited.
I'll watch my son play it. He's a big Halo head, so.
Sean will not be watching his son play it. He'll be playing an extremely hard egg game or whatever the fuck that's called. Next up, Plague Tale or Resonance. Resonance, a Plague Tale. The 3rd installment in the series, but apparently it's a prequel. I thought it looked pretty good. I'm not that familiar with this franchise. I think, Huck, you're kind of the most versed in this game.
Yeah, I really liked the first game, and I started the second game but didn't get very far. I think it was like one of the games that got sacrificed at all the other games that had come out in another year. So I would prefer to play the first game, but this game plays much different. Like the first 2 games were much more about kind of like stealth puzzles.
Yeah, and like
over
using
action.
The rats.
Yeah, this one's much more about action. It looks like it's just like an action game. So like the subtitle's like A Plague Tale Legacy, which is counterintuitive to me if it's a prequel. But I don't know. Maybe this is like where the plague comes from or something like that. I don't know. Resonance is like a strange word as well with this franchise. So.
And is that the new buzzword, like Final Fantasy Resonance?
Yeah, I guess so.
We're running out of game titles, people. Like it's it's a problem.
Yeah. So we'll see what this is, but I think I'll go back and play the second one first before I touch this one.
Okay. Sean, anything to add there?
No, it looked kind of nice, but not really into the series, so probably won't check it out.
I mean, if there's one thing we have to say here, other than friend slop and cozy sims, looking good is not enough anymore. Every game looks good. And then every indie game at least has a hook or something interesting. There's no hook here other than like photorealistic lighting, which every modern game has. With Unreal 5, every game has that. So these games need to separate themselves out more. It's
Lost
all becoming
your
the
edge.
same. Yeah.
No edge anymore.
Persona 4 Revival coming February 18th, 2027. I'm sure this is a big deal to some people. Don't really care.
I'll fire up my Vita version of Persona 4 that I still haven't beaten.
P4.
Yeah, haven't there already been a couple of
it's been 100, I think. I think this game's been out multiple times on every platform.
State of Decay 3 coming in 2027. This is another franchise. I don't know how it still exists, but it does. Anyone play these games or care?
Played the first one a little bit when it first came out, but that's it.
Yeah, not familiar, but I did like the song they used. I can't remember what it was. It sounded familiar. I think it was like Bauhaus or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was
cool.
Bela Lugosi's Dead?
Yeah, that's right.
Sea of Thieves, just season 20, new stuff coming. Not really a needle mover for me. Anyone care about that?
Nope.
Metro 2039, February 2027 release date. These games are obviously very technically impressive. Not that I have ever gotten hooked by one in the limited amount of play I've played. Anyone have anything to say about this?
No, I've played some of the Metro games, but I cannot get into them usually.
Yeah, I've dabbled a little bit. I guess the one thing that struck me that I guess is kind of interesting is like there's not that many like straight up first person shooters that are horror oriented, you know what I mean? Like horror tends to veer more towards survival horror, but um I don't know. I guess if you like that, that's kind of unique.
Are we ready for the Fear comeback? JC.
Yeah. Surprised
Uh-oh.
That's a
there's a lot of people
franchise
love that series.
will be coming back in the next few years. Mark my words.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Wo Long 2?
Whoa. Missed
What did
one,
I miss?
pal.
Oh, not
Bad
in this
Magpie.
article.
The one you already.
Okay. This article skipped over Bad Magpie.
Oh.
A clearly inspired by Untitled Goose Game. I thought it might be the same developers. You play a bird that's solving puzzles and causing mischief. Could be good, I guess, but definitely didn't blow me away with what I saw.
I thought it looked pretty interesting. I'm gonna probably pop on this one. It looked like you're a bird that can't fly and trying to figure out how to launch or whatever. So I don't know. I thought there's probably gonna be some interesting puzzles here.
Yeah, I mean, it looked okay. I feel like this showcase could have used a few more games like this, to be honest. But
I don't disagree there. There's one we'll get to in a bit that was a nice change up and stuck with me the most because of that, where it almost feels like Bad Magpie is there to like break up just these kind of photorealistic games one after another that all kind of blend together. Wo Long 2 from Team Ninja. This is basically Neo, but in China. And I'm kind of curious because Neo 3 was open world, which I liked, but haven't returned to it, even though I want to, just haven't had time and only play Marathon. But I'm curious to see if this one will end up being classic version of this game with linear levels and kind of going from level to level. I don't think it's going to open world, so I think that could actually play to its advantage. I think there's a set of people who like Neo and Wo Long that just want a classic version of that game. But they can pump these things out like nobody's business. It's just using the same systems, maybe adding a couple wrinkles and some new art. So until they stop selling, I don't think they're going to stop making them.
Yeah.
Hellblade 3 has been rebranded as Senua, releasing in 2027. And I don't know. It seemed like more of the same. I played a bit of Hellblade 2, but it didn't hook me. Anyone have thoughts?
I'm more surprised that they're still going with this series. To be honest, I didn't think that Hellblade 2 did that well for whatever reason. Maybe that was just my own perception falsely.
Yeah, it was definitely like the way they were hyping it and trying to make it their like big franchise. It did not live up to that at all. So
I'm surprised that they're making it, but obviously, I
actually
don't know.
wish
There was quite a few comments I saw just like from quickly scrolling that of people that seemed excited for it. So there's some audience out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a decent franchise. There's nothing like horrendous about it. I really like Ninja Theory's games. I liked Enslaved. I liked Heavenly Sword. I just kind of bums me out that they're just churning out these Hellblade games when I think they have more to offer.
yeah, it kind of feels like it's time for something like new and different from them. And I don't know that like even if Hellblade 2 did okay, it doesn't have like Frank's saying, like it doesn't have that like blockbuster Xbox IP kind of feel that I think they want it to. So I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'd actually like to return to Hellblade 2 at some point if I had time. It's just there's too much stuff. Next, Doom the Dark Ages Revelations DLC coming, featuring like ice and like hell freezes over as part of the tagline and a new spear weapon. It's kind of a double-edged announcement for me because I didn't finish Doom: The Dark Ages, and I thought this looked amazing. Like the gameplay looked really cool, and my reaction was, I'm glad I didn't beat the first time because then I'd have to relearn how to play it, and the DLC is coming out so much later. Now I'm just like, maybe I'll play it this summer right before the DLC, burn myself out, and then save the DLC for a year later.
There you go.
But I actually thought the game, this might have been gameplay wise the most impressive thing in the entire Xbox showcase to me.
Yeah, I thought it looked good too, but I also didn't play Doom: The Dark Ages and probably won't pick this one up either.
Sean really liked it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I actually did beat it, but I don't know. It's with these DLC things. It's like, I don't know. I'm always like, yeah, maybe I'll pick that up, and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to. Like, if it was free on Game Pass, sure, but that's not their model. So I don't know. It's a maybe for me.
Okay. New Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi, is it World Tour?
World Tour.
There's your World Tour, Huck.
That's supposed to be where I got it from.
Update. I've since been informed that Sega used generative AI for the development of Crazy Taxi World Tour. This game is done. It's toast. Guess what? Every game and every showcase used generative AI in some capacity. And this has the classic Offspring song from the original Crazy Taxi. Everything, I think, in the gameplay was in San Fran. So I don't know if we fully understand the World Tour aspect yet.
Yeah.
Is that correct? But Huck, I feel like you were the most excited about this.
I mean, I mentioned it only because of the Offspring for you, but I never played the original Crazy Taxi, so I'm definitely not really that excited.
I mean, I like Crazy Taxi. I feel like it's a bit of an overrated game, if I'm being honest. It gets by on its concept and name. It's almost like Goat Simulator before those games exist. It was just like a wacky kind of game. But I've been thinking a lot. I'm ready to do another overrated games list.
So wasn't the original Crazy Taxi also popular because of the soundtrack? Like, didn't have a really good soundtrack?
I think so. Like,
okay,
it had 2 Offspring songs off that album and a lot of punk stuff. But
okay, maybe
this is like when it was AM2, or I can't remember which AM segment of Sega that did these games, and they were doing all the arcade games like that skateboarding game and Wave Runner, and I kind of miss the just crazy arcade games from Sega. But 2027 it says. I'd be surprised if it makes that date personally. But overrated games. You know what game just really needs to get roasted more? Donkey Kong. Like the original Donkey Kong.
Well, hang on. How far back are we going original?
Like the original, like the one that's in King of Kong, and not like actual Donkey
Mario
Kong
jumping over barrels, climbing ladders.
I mean, Donkey Kong sucks. Like it is not intuitive. You don't know when barrels are going to go down ladders or not. Like it is an absolutely terrible game that is like it obviously spawned Mario and a bunch of other things. So it's important from that perspective. But they in the Nintendo Direct, they were pitching the Donkey Kong achievement system or event they're going to do. And for their Platinum Coin rewards, they did playing Donkey Kong games on Virtual Console last week, I think. And I played Donkey Kong again for the first time. Like, man, Donkey Kong is shit. It is terrible.
You just got to know the tricks, man. The tricks of the trade.
It is not a good game. Like there's a lot of good old arcade games. Galaga's still good. Pac-Man's still good.
I fired up Game Boy Tetris the other day and put in a
very good game.
14 levels or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Flying.
Donkey Kong is shit. Next up, Minecraft Dungeons 2. Like, I genuinely think this looks bad. When they showed gameplay, it just looked like a mess of effects and like that. We already have that, the first one, and then that very similar Coco Cucumber game that, I don't know. I don't get this.
I thought the cutscenes had kind of an interesting look to them, and I was like, oh, I thought that's what the whole game was going to look like, but it's not. Like, the game kind of just looks like the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't totally get it. Like, it feels like they could be doing more interesting stuff with Minecraft. I mean, it's basically like Diablo for kids. So it's not like I'm sure there's some fun to be had, but it is a little odd.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. Next, I think maybe the most pleasant surprise for me of the entire showcase. I thought at first it was Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah, so did I.
Very similar looking. And who's the developer of this? I can't. Focus Entertainment. And I was getting like Dishonored vibes, Bioshock vibes, but it's Magicians, The Devil's Deal. I don't know how cool the Magician branding is, but I thought visually and like style wise, it felt like a better version than some of the Compulsion stuff in recent years. And I mean, I don't know how far out. It says 2027, but it's tough to know exactly what the game is. But I thought like the wand twirling and like using cards, it at least stuck in my mind. Like, okay, this has potential more so than some of the other stuff.
Yeah, there was the first like opening. I think the first opening sort of like what you think is gameplay is not gameplay at all. I think it's all canned cinematic, but very similar looking to the gameplay they show kind of a little later on, which I would assume is actual gameplay. So I also was pleasantly surprised by this. I thought it, has a lot of potential. Definitely, BioShock type vibes with just like a magic wand and cards instead of, plasmids and a gun. But I think it's a neat sort of like environment to explore. I mean, when was the last like magician game you could think of? Like, I don't even know if I could think of one at all. So
yeah, like especially that kind of period style magician. Yeah. It's a unique theme for sure.
Yeah.
And this was the first we've seen of it, right? Like this was like the reveal trailer, it looks like. So
I mean, it says 2027, but I just rewatched some of that footage. I don't think any of it is like real gameplay. I think it's like visual. I think it's visualized gameplay.
I think the end where they're like looking at buildings is gameplay.
Maybe,
but I don't think they're fighting anything.
Yeah, like I'm looking at some other things and I'm like, okay, that's like just like custom animated and curated almost as a cinematic to look like gameplay. Next up, a game we've definitely heard of before, releasing September 24th, Valor Mortis, a first-person Souls-like. The visual style, like this, Clockwork Revolution and a bunch of other games just kind of blurred together to me. But I guess there are some interesting elements to it. I think it could be cool. This feels like something I will wait for reviews on.
This one, I'm always so surprised that they lean so heavily into the Napoleon thing.
Oh yeah, because it's Vincent Castle playing Napoleon, right?
They never really seem to like tie in why Napoleon in the gameplay and with the name. I don't know. It seems so disconnected. It's almost like they saw like Liza P and they're like, I'm going to take a character from some well-known story or what figurehead of, history and put them in a game and just try to like make something around it. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, do you play as Napoleon? I don't know. I don't even know if you do.
No, I think he's the villain.
The villain? Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of a strange game to me.
Yeah, it's some kind of interesting ideas, but I agree it's kind of blurred with a bunch of other stuff that was shown in around this point of the showcase. It is coming out September 24th, though.
Yeah, so very soon. And again, if the reviews are good, I'm sure I'll check it out. I just I can't tell from what I'm seeing right now. First person combat is really tough to judge unless you play it or Next up, Castlevania Belmont's Curse, now releasing October 15th.
So there was a few other things.
Oh, was there? Okay, go for
it. There was like an Elder Scrolls Online expansion. Oh. There was some Flight Simulator 2024. Then there was a thing about Where the Wind, or is this
Where the Winds Meet? That's like a free play game. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's like some sort of expansion, Hidden Mountain or something it was called. Mm-hmm. And then there was the Belmont's Curse thing. So we probably didn't need to come back to it, but
that's all right. No, I'm glad you said it, but I'm also glad this PC Gamer article correctly decided to exclude it from the summary. Castlevania Belmont's Curse, we saw it before. It's a lot more gameplay and platforming in this one. Sean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's like a new style for Castlevania. I kind of miss the old style, but whatever. I'm still happy to have a release date. I thought maybe because it was in the showcase that it was going to be a Game Pass game, and I saw that on a couple sites, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm warming up to the art style once I see it, like some extended sequences and different color palettes and effects. But what really made me excited this time was the platforming with the whip, and like specifically one section where it did like a almost 180-degree rotation up vertically and then into a wall jump back and forth. I thought it could have some really cool platforming elements.
Yeah, I was more impressed with it this time than the other times we've seen this game, and I definitely am more interested in it after this. For some reason, I feel like a lot of the gameplay had the camera pulled out further than what we saw before, but maybe that's just, me making things up. But I don't know, I felt like I could understand more of what was going on than in other trailers that we've seen, and definitely the art style hit better this time than the other times I've seen. I don't know if it changed or not, but for some reason I liked it as well.
Yeah, I'm getting more excited for that game in that month of terror coming up soon. Next up, one of the more pleasant surprises, personally, of the whole weekend of shows and today, Vivarium. I don't know what it is. It's like maybe an adventure game, something like that. But the way Cuphead life sim adventure, the way Cuphead leaned into like the old cartoon styles from like Popeye cartoons and rotoscoped cartoons. This one is embracing like Studio Ghibli aesthetics, probably like 80s Ghibli aesthetics, and it pulls it off really well. Mm-hmm. I was super impressed with this. I don't know if the game's good or what it is exactly, but I won't forget this game. And that's like, to me, the biggest thing you can do at one of these showcases for a new game.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost looks like you're in sort of like a vignette or something like that, and you maybe like play a bit of a story and then maybe move on to something else. But yeah, it's very hard to tell what this is. Almost like, it could almost be even like Dispatch, where you're basically just like watching the game and then doing something little and then watching another cutscene. But definitely impressive visually.
Yep. Coming in 2027. I thought this looked very cool.
Yeah, definitely like even more impressive than something like Ni no Kuni from, years past. Yeah. I don't know what the game is, but looks awesome.
Very well branded. That team did a really good job. And I love when a game comes out of nowhere, and Orbitals kind of does a similar thing with anime aesthetics, but I feel like this has gone to another level. Like even it feels like it's more integrated into the gameplay. Thematically, it makes sense as to the type of game it is, where Orbitals just feels more like an art style for the sake of an art style. And like make this co-op game, this feels like a very cohesive vision. And I'm pumped for this one. Next up, Persona 6 is happening. They just an announced trailer. Nothing surprising here. No one would be shocked to know they're working on a new Persona game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. No gameplay at all. Just literally title Persona 6, which
it's very cool, Metroid Prime 4-esque.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, a new Spyro A Realm Beyond, which I believe is releasing pretty early in 2027. This one, I'm kind of excited for a new kind of 3D platformer in the Spyro series, but a lot of cinematic elements to what we saw, and the gameplay seemed like it was all like almost a corridor or like not an open world kind of exploration. Like, I don't know if we actually saw the core gameplay in this video at all. Like it was all flying sections. And
yeah, I had the same thought about that. I mean, I hope that's not all the game is.
Sorry, just while we're on that thought, it says at the end of the trailer, take flight spring 2027. So maybe it is just flying.
It might be. But yeah, it has potential for sure. And obviously these guys have done, I think they did the last Spyro remaster thing that came out in a bunch of Skylanders games. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's something cool.
I'm just very interesting to just show that flying gameplay and know.
And it was it was just that one section. It was like go through the bridge and then up and like that's it.
Yeah.
Shoot something. It's really not much.
This will be a theme of the Nintendo showcase too, but like games that are coming out pretty soon and not showing any gameplay of substance is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Okay, second to last announcement, unless there was some stuff in between that I'm missing. Clockwork Revolution, and this is where it started with the reveal of that green console with the song that started with motherfucking, which is like such a weird choice to me. Like,
Yeah.
like, do you want kids to watch this? Like, is this necessary?
It was about the attitude, man. It was
But
about
now
the
this is where
nostalgia.
the Attitude Era really kicked in Clockwork Revolution. And I was excited for this game before. Based on what I saw here today, I am way less interested. Like the story and characters felt like weak sauce to me. Gameplay felt less involved. I don't know. I was kind of pumped for this. I still think it could be good. It's an Xbox console exclusive as well. But I'm less excited now than I was before the showcase.
Yeah. I was not very excited before. I'm less excited now. I don't really like this aesthetic for a
Me
game.
neither.
So, and the swearing is just so over the top. Like the characters are so over the top, abrasive. I think they're trying to be humorous, but I think it's not working. It's almost like
I think
awkward.
they're trying to go for like a Borderlands kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think
so. But Borderlands
Someone needs
was not
to grab
crude.
video game writers and just shake them. Look at stories that you love, movies you love. Does anything resemble what you're making right here from a writing perspective? Like, what is going on? You have templates of writing and stories that you love. Why does no one try to emulate that in games? It's so strange to me. Except for Uncharted and Last of Us to some degree.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still looking forward to it, but I agree. Like, not a ton of gameplay, or at least like action gameplay. It was a lot of dialogue and talking, and
I mean, it
that
really
stuff
was like
kinda
a
turned me off a
character
bit.
feature trailer, like just showing the different characters. Like, I give a shit. Like, without a context of the game or an intro, I really don't care about characters.
Yeah.
Sorry, Huck. Did you have more to say about that?
No,
or-
I mean,
no.
I'm not that interested in it. So
Okay, but coming in 2027, I would be surprised if that's the case. Lastly, aside from the extended E-Day showcase at the end, Call of Duty Modern Warfare showing DMZ. I don't even know what that's short for, but
demilitarized zone.
okay, it feels like their version of an extraction shooter, including like this curated gameplay with people talking like the original. Remember the Helldivers 2 one? Even that felt more organic than this. This felt like really like stilted and strange. And I'm just going to say straight up, I can't believe how bad this looked. I can't believe this is what they closed the show with. I thought this looked absolutely horrible. It's got like this weird fisheye camera lens. I can't tell if it's actual gameplay or cinematic. There's no HUD or very limited HUD. I mean, it could be cool. Obviously, I play Marathon a lot. It's giving Marathon vibes to some degree, but even how they were coordinating gameplay as a team, I just did not see it. I was shocked that this closed the show.
Yeah, all the co-op sort of simulated co-op dialogue was very forced, I thought. But I mean, it makes sense. The Call of Duty has to now chase the extraction shooter genre. It's a little eye rolling, but I'm sure they'll
I don't
do
mind
an okay
it
job.
in principle. Like, I thought their battle royale modes were really good. Like they deserve to exist, and I think I like them more than most other battle royales. So they could pull this off, but I associate Call of Duty with like the most current gen or next gen visuals possible. And I thought this game just looked blah. Like everything was flat, empty spaces. I don't know. I thought it was a fucking complete turd.
I barely watched it. I kind of just skipped through. Like I was not interested at all. It's not really. I haven't played a COD game in a while, so this wasn't really going to pique my interest, no matter what they showed. I don't think so. Especially not another extraction shooter. That's for sure.
All right, so that's going to do it for Xbox. Kind of tough for me because I think they had some impressive announcements, even if they don't appeal to me specifically. And like there was a lot of big games. It didn't feel like filler the way Nintendo's did in part of the Summer Game Fest. In some ways, if you liked some of these games or the brands, I think you could say this was the best showcase out of all of them. Just from an objective standpoint. So even though the games didn't appeal to me, I'll give it a B-. I think at least I didn't like the vibe. I didn't like the attitude, and I'm not that excited about the games, but I thought it was a pretty good showcase.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'll probably go B- as well, which I guess means I liked the Summer Game Fest one a little better overall. I just think there was more exciting announcements there, but there was some good stuff here too.
Oh yeah, and some other stuff we missed. Fallout 76. Who cares? How am I still hearing about this game? I could mention Elder Scrolls
how is
Online.
there not a new Fallout game
or like a new Elder Scrolls, which people have been waiting for an announcement. Nothing from Bethesda other than Doom, right? And then that Join Us game, that Cult Simulator. I can't believe it's not called Cult Simulator. What a mistake that is. That name must exist already. Anyway,
sure it does.
Sorry, Huck. What's your star or your letter grade?
I think I would give it a B. I really like the E-Day stuff more than you and a couple of the other games. And I'm kind of with you, Frank, about the games they showed were pretty like good announcements, I thought, but some not for me. But I think I still enjoyed the show more and like from a pace standpoint. And yeah, so I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I'd probably have to put Sony and Xbox at about the same level, with Summer Game Fest not too far behind, actually. No one like blew me away or was incredible in my opinion, but they all had some interesting stuff. Okay. Are we going to blow through Nintendo here? I don't think we should spend too much time on it.
Yes. Yeah, there's not that much to say, so let's...
Okay. I'll just burn like Rhythm Heaven, Onimusha coming to Switch, Dragon's Dogma, Stellar Blade, Rayman Legends, just a bunch of stuff coming to Switch.
I mean, you knew it was like not a great sign when Rhythm Heaven Groove was the thing they were leading off.
Yeah.
Is that new though? The Rhythm Heaven Groove, have we seen that before?
It is new, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it reminded me of like Patapon game or some other, almost kind of like that Mr. Records game too from before. I've never played a Rhythm Heaven game though.
I'm kind of actually interested in it, but I was like, what? This is...
Yeah, that's your big launch.
Big yeah. So I'm just going to burn through the rest of the crap. One Piece, Grand Gourmet, Ninjala 2, which I actually thought looked pretty good, and then I looked up the original. Apparently it's like a free-to-play game or something like that, so I don't know about that one. Lies of P, Devil May Cry 5. I think that's the filler, and getting into more of the Nintendo-centric announcements. Pokopia getting DLC expansions. Apparently it's really expensive, $50 for the whole thing, so I don't know how much they're planning on doing there. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave coming in September, which we already knew about. The biggest new thing, I think, was a new Xenoblade game with some actual gameplay footage. It's called Xenoblade Genesis, which I thought it looked kind of neat. I like that they're not doing a part 4, like they're kind of rebranding and introducing it to a new audience.
I was just going to say, is there not a game called Xenogenesis?
There might be.
Or
I mean,
I think so.
there's
I don't know.
Xenogears, Xenoblade. Like I just, as you said, Sean, we're out of names for games. And I forgot to say, Final Fantasy Resonance, where they're using their 2D HD technology from stuff like Octopath and some of the remakes, like or a style similar to Dragon Quest, and making a brand new game in that style that releases this year in October. And I thought it. I actually am really excited for this, and I'm curious to know what Huck thinks.
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I really like this art style ever since Octopath Traveler came out, and I really liked the Octopath battle system, but never really jived with the story aspect and like a lot of the other gameplay stuff. So if they take kind of like the Final Fantasy turn-based battles, which I like, and mix in some more interesting gameplay in the overworld, or little story pieces and stuff, I think this could be a great game. I really like the art style, so yeah, I'm definitely interested in this. I almost feel like it's not like a big game, but I hope it is. Like I don't feel like for some reason the
Big as
vibe
in
I got.
length, or
No,
big as in like
big as in
promotion?
almost like budget promotion. I don't feel for some reason that it's on the same level as like Octopath Traveler. I feel like Octopath Traveler is like a step above this game for some reason. I don't know why I had that vibe, but
I'll
yeah.
just add to your instincts that it is only 66.99 Canadian on Steam, so it feels like it is kind of a smaller. I believe all the Octopath games were standard price $80, so it'll.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's indicative of length or scale, scope, whatever, but just pointing it out.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I got that vibe, but that's what I got. Oh, like
it is.
something mobile, maybe something. I don't know. There's something weird about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm a little surprised that they don't do more kind of these retro Final Fantasy games other than the pixel remasters. But then I thought, well, they probably did do some mobile ones, right, or something like that.
I don't know, actually. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
One other quick thought. I'll tell you, seeing the thing that I was most excited to play after watching this whole thing was like, I got to go back to Dragon's Dogma 2. It looked so good. And like just seeing that game again, and I liked what I played. I got to go back to that game. It was doing things for me. The other new announcement from Nintendo, other than the big one, Nintendo Switch Sports Resort coming to Switch 2 later this year, including thumb wrestling, which we got a little demo of. I think you're stretching the sports resort with thumb wrestling, personally.
Quite a long demo, actually.
Yeah. The archery looked kind of cool, and they really should just call it bowling and just do a full bowling version, because that's all anyone wants to play. Dusk Bloods, the From Software game, the only From Software thing at all this whole summer game season.
Kind of surprising, yeah.
And a beta or a closed network test coming this summer, but not much more to go on other than that. And then two more big things. So Kingdom Hearts Trilogy coming to Switch 2 in non-cloud streaming versions. And they showed off Kingdom Hearts 4 for the first time. Am I the only one who thought this looked horrible? Like worse than Kingdom Hearts 3? It looked like a PlayStation 2 game. This is like Kingdom Hearts 3 was technically incredible. Like it looked so good when that game showcased and launched. And I couldn't believe, for a huge game franchise, like kind of like a 1-minute announcement in a Nintendo Direct, it felt really like downplayed, and I was not impressed at all. It looked horrible to me. As like the next Kingdom Hearts, like the current gen version of Kingdom Hearts. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so I assume it's not a Switch exclusive.
No, but there wasn't even any Disney characters.
But,
like the hook is showing Disney stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a big question. But yeah, looking at like the cutscenes were okay. It's more when you get into the gameplay, it just feels like kind of empty and not lit that well, and it is kind of off.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just early and they rushed something out to show. I don't know.
could be, or they felt obliged to show a version running on Switch 2 or something. I don't know. I was shocked that this was the debut of Kingdom Hearts 4. Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it should be a big deal. I don't know if people are
Were there like
going crazy
big
for it or what.
big bosses in the original ones that were
I
kind
think
of
so.
okay? And I feel like they showed maybe like a little bit of like destructible buildings tech going on. Maybe I don't know. It was
The
pretty
only thing I
rough, though.
remember is it had this like new kind of combat thing where there were these golden trails where the character was going airborne, and it
Is
looked
that like the chain he was
I think
throwing
so,
and like
yeah.
pulling himself on or something? I don't know. It kind of looked like that.
But compared to the other, like, real time 3D combat in these other games we saw, it's like very unimpressive. So, I'm sure it'll do well. People love this franchise, but I was really surprised by how it showed at this thing. And then the last announcement of the Direct, Ocarina of Time remake is coming. It is coming this year.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Which, yeah, we got a glimpse of the art style. Like, I can't believe they only showed like Link laying in bed. Like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, there's a lot of worrying things about this Direct. First of all, is this like, it seems like this is Nintendo's big release for fall, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not a lot to look at, and it's just a remake. Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I haven't seen much reaction to the art style. It feels somewhat like stylized realism, which is what people, if everyone remembers the GameCube teaser footage of the Zelda game on GameCube, and then people were pissed when they got Wind Waker instead. Feels like a little closer to something like that. And I mean, the appeal would be seeing the game in motion, like, and
Yeah.
it comes out this year, and they don't show any footage of the game. To me, that to me says it's going to be really good. Like, they're that confident that they don't even have to.
Yeah, I
Hype it
guess
up
that's
or-
one way to interpret it. I mean, yeah, like I think they just are like, it's going to sell no matter what. So why bother trying to over promote this thing now?
Well, do you think the main gameplay, like after you grow up, is just going to look exactly like Breath of the Wild? And
No, it's going to look like this.
You think it's going to look like that?
100%.
I assume, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's going to be, the art style is going to share nothing with Breath of the Wild, would be my guess.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, there was a remake on 3DS already. I get it. Like, I'll be excited to go back to this game, sure. But I can't believe, like, maybe this was a pipe dream, but I thought for sure we were going to see Mario Odyssey 2 or some kind of new Mario game.
Me too. I cannot believe there was not a 3D Mario. I can't believe we don't have Mario Kart World DLC or expansions. Got some Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers crossover stuff, and a little bit of Star Fox and Splatoon Raiders, which I'm kind of excited for. I will say I played the Star Fox demo today, which dropped after the Direct. Oh my God. It is so good. I love Star Fox 64. It is one of the best games ever. I cannot wait
Did we
to
know
replay this game.
Do we know the release date before for Star Fox? We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Star Fox. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Star Fox head, but but we didn't talk about this when they initially announced it. It was a little sketchy to me. Like, they made it sound like it was a new Star Fox game. They did not straight up say this is like a remake of Star Fox 64. And I don't think so.
Yeah, they
For
did.
the announcements and stuff, it was like a brand new Star Fox game is coming. And then you read the articles later and it's like, oh, no, this is just a remake. It seemed kind of weird to me.
Yeah, the art style's actually grown on me, that kind of creepy anthropomorphic vibe. And so after I played the demo, I went back and played a bit of Star Fox for Super Nintendo. Just to see how it compares. And it's clearly inspired by the cover art, the North American cover art for Star Fox. Do you remember like that posed Fox McCloud that looked weird and like a puppet almost? So I'm in. I'm 100% in. Can't wait. And I'm actually really excited for Splatoon Raiders, just under the umbrella of what they have coming out this year. And I've been wanting to replay Ocarina of Time for a while, and I've been waiting for this remake. It just sucks that all the remakes I wanted to play were on 3DS, and I just hate handheld games. I hate holding the thing.
So do you think we're getting Odyssey next year, November then? This year would be this Zelda game, November. Next year, Mario?
I'm shocked. There was a leak thing I saw that it's not Mario Galaxy 3. Like the way they've just any movie thing, anything that was in that movie led to a game announcement. I was really expecting when I saw them, like, oh, that's right. They are going to do a new Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, it's weird because like I don't think there might be some other small games that, you know, maybe they announced at the end of the summer or something, but like I have to assume if there's a major release coming out like, you know, this fall, it would have been here. And there was not much. I
mean, there are other the Fire Emblem game is maybe one of their bigger releases. Not that I'm that into that series. And visually, I thought it was kind of bland. Like I've seen some other Fire Emblems that kind of looked interesting to me, but this one feels like very generic looking and vibe to me. All right. Are we ready to go?
There's two other games announced that I kind of interested in.
Okay.
Miramasa Revenant Blaze,
which is like how did I forget? Yeah.
Which is like what's the Vanillaware game? So
yeah, Miramasa Demon Blade that was only on the Wii and Vita, I believe, before
this. So I don't think they show like too much gameplay, but I really like their art style choices, and those games in particular, the Miramasa games, are really quite cool. And then
I want to add that is all platforms though. That is coming out on everything.
Was that even in this?
It was.
Oh yeah.
And then the other game, which I thought Frank would have jumped all over, Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation, which is like Vampire Survivors spin. I mean, it's made by the same people who made Vampire Survivors, but it's like basically Vampire Survivors, but with a more like karate jujitsu skin, and it sounds like it's like 8-player multiplayer online battle
royale
survivor. Like such weird name for a game though, like Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation. Like what are they doing with these names?
Okay, so I want to look this up. I'm glad you this article that I was reading,
right?
Sorry, say that again, Sean.
It is based on an anime.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But developers Ponkel, Vampire Survivors, and I was kind of intrigued by Survivors Battle Royale. So the brand doesn't mean much to me, but I thank you for bringing this up because I am always intrigued by
I thought you'd be all over this one.
Good call. You're right. I should have been. That's what I get for not taking notes for this one and just watching and trusting an article.
The last game you kind of skipped over, which I actually thought looked kind of good, even though I have know nothing about this anime. But the One Piece Grand Gourmet game, which was like it looked like you're running a restaurant and doing some sort of like Diner Dash mini game with like cooking and possibly some other like I don't know hotel management type sim gameplay mechanics. For some reason, I kind of like the vibe of that game, so be on the lookout for that one too.
Another cooking game.
It's very cozy, very very nice. Cozy. If there's one thing I love, it's anime licensed stuff and cozy things. So
it's a perfect mash of genres.
All right, are we giving letter grades now? This is rough.
Yep. I'll give it a C-. I'll jump right in there. C-. I don't know what I really liked in there, but I feel like giving it a D is wrong.
We don't do E's, right? E's like a non-letter.
I don't think we've done an E, but unless it's E for excellent.
It's like S tier.
I think I'm on like D plus. I think that's where I'm at with this one.
Yeah, I'm F plus. Horrible.
guess
I personally think they would have been better not even having one.
There was
Yikes.
the next chapter of Deltarune was in there too, but that's it.
Have you played
Oh yeah, that's right.
chapters 1 to 4, Dwight?
No, I started chapter 1 though. I do
Okay.
want to play it at some point.
Undertale might make my most overrated game, my new overrated games list. Okay, I think that's going to do it for us today. We've been going too long. Let us know what games actually look amazing, like Kingdom Hearts 4 and Gears E-Day. Even though you're wrong, it's okay. But next week, I don't think there's any major releases in the next few weeks.
Oh, it's kind of quiet. That was one thing that a lot of stuff coming out September, October, like we said, not a ton of stuff in the summer. Like I kind of thought we'd see a few more things filling in there, but it seems kind of quiet.
It's a few weeks away. Actually, it's only a week and a half. Pardon me. It's already June 9th. That Adventures of Elliot game, I think, has potential.
Yeah.
So,
Is that on all platforms or is that just Switch?
no, it's everything.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Good.
All right. So, thank you for listening or watching on youtube.com/Game Junk. Discord links are there as well. Anything else you guys need to mention?
No.
All right. Well, have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.